Hello, founders. Welcome to my 10-part series where I break down the 10 truths of what it's really like to raise pre-seed and seed investment. Part 8. The truth is you do not need a co-founder yet. You'll hear investors say you need a co-founder, or we only invest in multi-founder companies. I get it and I completely understand. But the reality is a lot of times founders can't find that technical co-founder, especially if you're non-technical, and they use dev shops, or there's a technical co-founder that can do everything but needs help, and they can't find that person to come on board and be the partner to them in all the other different areas they need, such as sales, customer service, operations, all that stuff. That's the reality, and that is okay. You do not need a co-founder yet to raise pre-seed or seed funding. Before we continue, my name is Ed Kang, 7-time funded founder, 2 exits. I've been doing this introduction over and over again, and I kept repeating myself. Listen, if you want to know who I am, what I'm all about, and the reason I make these videos, and why I can make these videos, go check out the other parts, and we can move on from there. Let's get into co-founders. Co-founders are necessary eventually. Why? Because startups are hard, and being a solo founder is super hard. Not only that, you get a weird, distorted perspective being a solo founder. And I know solo founders who are solo, and later on, we have to deprogram or work them through a lot of bad habits and things that they did not think of, or they've settled into these mindsets, these paradigms of how their startup works, and they get into big trouble, and then they need all this assistance, coaching, consulting to expand their team because they've hit a roadblock when it comes to scale. And I had a founder tell me the other day, this other founder does all this stuff and they have time and it looks like they're super effective and their business is scaling. And I asked him what the secret was, and this founder told me that this other founder has a co-founder. This co-founder is the COO and runs and does everything. And he thought to himself, wow, that would be such a dream. And I completely agree. Having co-founders is super important, but you don't need them right out of the gate. What you do need to do is build your product, start pitching, get feedback, show that you've got problem founder fit and you've got problem solution fit, and then you can start getting co-founders. If you don't know how to get co-founders, eventually what will happen is investors will start to think you can't work with people and you don't know how to build a team. And I'm not saying you need a co-founder right up front or you need to go get a co-founder right up front. What I'm saying is that eventually you have to show the skills that you can expand and scale your team. So your co-founder might not be a co-founder, but might be a founding member of the team, maybe your first hire or after your MVP is built, because co-founders bring that emotional capacity. That's how you find great co-founders or founding team members. Do they own the problem and solution as much as you do? Are they willing to care about it and bring the equal part commensurate to their ownership? Are they going to go through good times and bad times with you versus, oh, I'll just be your co-founder or founding member of the team. After you raise your first $500,000 and I can quit my job and you can replace my salary. It doesn't work like that. That's a mercenary. Leave them as an employee. But ones who are willing to go through thick and thin, sounds like a marriage? Well, it is. And that's how investors look at it, because I look at co-founders and I say, great, this is going to take you 10 years to fully realize, and you're going to have to go through ups and downs. Little tidbit about me. I've done premarital counseling or coaching before in my past. I always look at planning the wedding as a test for how that marriage is going to go in the long term. And I use all the issues that come up during the wedding to bring up so that they start thinking about how's this going to affect you later on when you're 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. You got kids and you were dealing with a crowded house and all the financial problems. And then later on the kids leave, you got empty nest syndrome and all that stuff. The first project is the wedding, and that reveals a lot. Same thing happens with co-founders. The first MVP or the first project that a founder and a founding member of the team work on together, when it doesn't go well, when things start to happen, there are emergencies, disruptions, stuff nobody planned for, acts of God. I don't know. How do you all deal with it? That's how you know if you've got the right co-founder or the founding member of the team. If you're listening to this and you've already got a co-founder, here's the action item. You want to start having some real conversations with your co-founder about, let's hope for the best, but plan for the worst. What haven't we talked about as co-founders? Go to ChatGPT or go to another co-founder, find someone else who has a large amount of experience, who've stayed a long time with their co-founder, and they made it all the way to the end, and ask them, what did you not think about or not talk about that we should be thinking about? If you are a solo founder, stay the course, keep raising money, but what I want you to do is start making friends that you can talk about your problem solution, your idea with, and see how they respond. You're eventually going to need that co-founder. This is how you find technical founders as well. Here's an interesting thing about technical founders or potential co-founders. A lot of times technical co-founders or potential co-founders do not care about the problem solution up front. They just want to code some really cool stuff. They just want to build. And so they scan around and they look for the problem solution they can bite their teeth into, the problem solution that resonates with them. And that's where you come in if you're a non-technical founder. You come in and you tell them the problem solution. They go, yeah, I really like that. What about this? And what about that? And you spend a long time in Starbucks or at the bar over a beer, hammering it out and talking about it. And you start to see how much they're willing to take ownership of it. And a technical co-founder will start to say, you know what? I could jump in on that. I know I'm going to be valuable. And I really like this problem solution. And I happen to like the founder. Let's get in on this action. Same thing occurs if you're technical. Start talking about problem solution and then start talking about how you're building it and you're coding it. Give them confidence that you can execute, that you can learn all the programming languages and troubleshoot the bugs and everything. And that if they just bring in their sales, their operational, their contacts, whatever, their leadership, who knows, just help you out and do all the things that you're not doing. Sweep the floors, make those phone calls, be the receptionist, be the administrator, be the accountant, bookkeeper, I don't care. Get them in on that vision and have them believe in you as a technical co-founder, then bring them on as a founding member. But if they do not bring that emotional capacity, they don't bring the passion and the intensity and match what you have, just leave them on as a hire. Just hire them and raise enough money to pay them a salary and then make them earn their founder shares or founding team member shares. Make them earn through a vesting schedule with a cliff and give them incentives with stock options and all those things. Just treat them like an employee, because if they're going to act like an employee right in the beginning, they're going to act like an employee in the end, and they're going to leave or they're going to resign or get poached or find something else. So until they've proven to you that track record of executing and being a partner in spirit, soul, mind, body, like in the order, in terms of not just technical, but all the emotional and adaptive ways that you need around you as their founder, don't make them a co-founder. Don't make them a founding team. Don't let them earn their shares. Be wise and use a proper process so you don't get leveraged and you don't have anybody that you thought was a co-founder or member of your founding team holding you over a barrel. That's the truth that I want you to work with. Do you need a co-founder up front? No, not yet. But eventually you do, for the multiple reasons that I've listed. Your action items, if you already have a co-founder, go find out what you're not looking at. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. What conversations have we not had that we need to start talking about, and to solidify that co-founder relationship? If you are a solo founder, start figuring out how to have those conversations and learn to find people who are floating around in your world. Many times I've had people who I know of and they love the problem solution and I'm not ready for them yet. And they go off and they do other startups and they're working other jobs. Maybe they just decide to go get a freelance gig here and there. And when I'm ready, I go, man, I've always wanted to work with that person. I remember that conversation. They've shown me that we can do maybe a little project together and it's worked out really great. I'm now going to invite them in to be a co-founder. There you go. That is truth number 8. Stay tuned for 9 and 10 coming up very shortly. If you do me a favor, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to get your feedback. If you're already part of one of our communities, such as startups.com or any other accelerator workshop that I've done and you participated in, appreciate your feedback, all your support. The encouragement has been fantastic. I do not take it lightly. I value every single person in my network who participates with me in building their startups, and we work together. I want to continue doing that. So I'd love to know what you think. Keep me posted, keep at it, and I will see you in the next video.